Hey, morning YouTube. Today we got a little project to do. The other day we were out on the boat and one of my passengers noticed that my starboard exhaust was a little bit steamier, throwing off a little bit more steam. Well, actually throwing off steam when the other one wasn't. So I think I have an impeller that's going bad. Engine temperature is still good, but I'm also closed cooling, so as long as there's enough water in the water jackets or in the exhaust to, you know, also cool down the antifreeze, and the temperature's right. But I think my exhaust temperature is getting hot, so we're gonna run down there and pull this impeller off and go get a new one, and I'll show you how to reinstall it. So we're heading down there now. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, here we are down in the bilge. This is my sea strainer for my starboard engine, and the hose goes back into here and hooks up to the pump that's behind that pulley there. It's back in that area. So I need to, first thing I'm going to do is shut the water off, because we don't want the boat to leak, right? Because that'd be bad. And always remember to put it back on when you're done with the project, or else you're going to have to put another impeller on immediately. Oh, I need two hands. Alright, now with the water turned off, I was actually pushing it the wrong way. So, water turned off, I took off the lid, and sea strainer was clear. There was like a piece of seaweed in there, nothing to hold it back, so that's good. So, now we have to go ahead and take off the impeller. So, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, there's a couple things I can do here, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. First choice is either take off the nuts on each one of these through bolts, and the pump will come off the back of the shaft on that pulley. But I don't know. I'm a little leery about that. So I think what I'm going to do instead is take the tension off the belt and pull this whole bracket. I think there's a bolt right here, and I think there's like two. Where are they? There's one right here. Right? I think it's just the two bolts. That one and that one. And then the whole assembly will come off. And then when the whole assembly's off, I think I can just take the back cover off of the pump and pull the impeller out that way, instead of trying to pull the pump off of this shaft. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So they feel like feels like a 5/8 bolt. I'm going to get some tools and we'll get right to it. It's very easy to take the belt off. You need a 5/8 wrench on the lock nut. Just throw it down in your bilge, and to tighten it, you put a it's like an 8mm. That's what I had. And as you turn it, there's a gear behind here, and you can walk up the gear to tighten up the belt. But with that loose, you just go the other way, and it actually backs the belt off. See that? And now the belt can just pop right off. So I'm going to go fish my wrench out of the bilge and drop the belt off, and we'll get to the next part. Alright, two bolts, pump just dropped right down. It was weird though, with the bottom bolt was a 5/8 inch head bolt, and then the other one was a stud with a 11/16 nut on it. Unfortunately the stud came out, so I might put that in the vise, get the nut off of it, put the stud back in, or just put it back in like it was a bolt. But anyways, we have to now release the two hose clamps and pull the hoses off, and just make sure you remember which hose goes where, because there's an inlet and an outlet and you don't want to mix them up. So I'll just mark that real quick, and then we'll get this pump out and get the impeller out. Alright, very, very simple. Just undo two hose clamps, and those hoses just slide right off the back of the pump. I Just put some scratches on this one to know it's the top. I'm not even gonna, I don't even think I'm gonna take it off this housing. So it only goes in this way. So that's gonna be the top hose. And it takes that one. And then the bottom one, obviously that one. So on the back here you can see what we got. Some bolts that hold this back cover on. Well, it actually holds the pump right to everything. So the nuts are on that side. Bolts are on that side. Pull that off and pull that cover off. I can already see by looking down in here that we get a couple of black French fries. So I know the impeller is missing at least one or two. They're kind of broken off. Still pumping water a little bit, but not like it should. So that's going to be my issue. I'll go ahead and pull this cover off and then we'll take a look inside. Alright, so it's pretty bad. I got one fin that's completely off. Another one is broken off. Another one's broken off, and the rest of them are split all the way around. So we were an hour away from complete failure and then overheating. So good catch, Debbie. And I'm going to go ahead, grab this out of here. It just pulls right out. So I'm just going to pull this out of here and take it up to the marine store and get a couple new ones. So I'll be right back. Alright, just left my local marina, Anchor Marine in Grand Island, New York. And $60 later, oh, and a speed bump, two impellers, and we're good for another few years. I think I got 4 years out of that last impeller, so yeah, we're good. So I'm gonna head down to the boat and show you the reinstall. Right there. Big fan of the Jeep. Alright, so I'll show you how to install the new impeller. You see the arrow of rotation right there? So it's counterclockwise on this way, which means it's clockwise. So it's going to spin, sorry. The impeller is going to spin this direction. Alright? So that means it was in there this direction. So the water, you know, it spins around and collapses these as it rotates. So you want to have them all folding over that direction. And the way to do that is with, I use Dawn dish detergent. I've seen guys use petroleum jelly and motor oil. Motor oil is a big no-no because, you know, we don't want motor oil in the water. And petroleum jelly, I don't know if I might be wrong, but I thought petroleum was bad for rubber. I thought that it would wreck it. So I use Dawn dish detergent because it's a nice lubricant, and then when you fire it up, all you just do is get some bubbles out of your exhaust and you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing all lubed up and we'll install it. Alright, so there we go. Just lubed up the fins and just kind of, with my hand, just kind of, I don't know, started on an angle and kind of screwed it in, and it just fell in the hole. And then I can just put something down the center here, a pair of needle nose or something, and I just turned it a few times just to make sure all the fins were facing the right direction. And now we can go ahead and install it on the pump. So let's get to that and put it back together. Alright, a little bit of struggling, basically because it's hot down here. I was able to get those hoses back on and tightened up. The hose that goes in is on the bottom, and the hose that goes out is on the top. So we're good. In fact, right now I think I'm going to open up the strainer just so I can inspect to see if there's any leaks there. And so, because I'm thinking of it, and I won't forget it, because the worst thing you want to do is fire the engine up dry. I do have a lot of dish soap on those fins, but you know, if you forget, it'll just burn right up again. So turn the water back on and check for leaks. Water's on, no leaks, we're good. Now I just got to put these two bolts back on and put the belt on. Alright, so that was good. Just kind of fell into place there. Bolt back there, bolt down there, good to go. I got the water on, now I just got to put the belt on. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay, just about to fire it up. if I did it right. We'll have soap suds in a minute. Gotta let the exhaust fill up first. Muffler. Here it's quieting down, and there we go. Soap suds. Means I did it right. Good deal. Remember how I said to use Dawn dish detergent? That's why. Because you get petroleum jelly on your deck and it's a pain in the ass to clean. But this stuff is just soap. You can rinse it off and we're good to go. There we go. Nice water flow. I don't want to get too warm because I got to go down the bilge and do the other one. But I think that's it for this video. I'm not going to show the struggle of the next one. Okay, well that's it for that one. I'm going to hop in the bilge and do the other side. But not running that one. So until the next time, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Have a great day.